Namaste. Okay, this is a Bach Remedy Oracle card pull. This is card if you pick the flower off of my Facebook page post. And if you're watching this, this is your message for you regardless, even if you didn't go to my Facebook page. And I would love for you to go there and be my friend. But if you didn't and you're just seeing this now, this is for you. Just a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor, so make sure that you discuss any new remedies or anything that you ingest or take for your mental health with your doctor to make sure that it's okay. You can find these remedies. This is the mustard Bach remedy. You can find these remedies on Amazon and probably the Bach website. You can also, a lot of holistic stores carry them, so you can find individual ones out there to take if you choose to. If you don't want to take this internally, if you were going to take this remedy, you would open it up and you could put a drop underneath your tongue. It is in an alcohol base, so just be aware of that. So you could put a drop underneath your tongue. You could put it in a couple drops in an 8-ounce glass of water and sip it all day. That's usually what I do. Or you can even put it in a spray bottle and spray it on parts of your body so it can get in there. Now, if you don't want to do that, any of those, or you don't have the mustard, at the end of this video, you're going to have some powerful statements that you can say to help you transcend from the negative side of mustard into the positive side of mustard, okay? So, this information comes from the Bach Encyclopedia, and I'm just going to read and then give my insight on the Bach remedy for you. Those who are liable to times of gloom or even despair, as though a cold, dark cloud overshadowed them and hid the light and the joy of life, it may not be possible to give any reason or explanation for such attacks. Under these conditions, it is almost impossible to appear happy or cheerful. So that's what is going on when you are in the negative state of mustard. And so what that means is that you're in like soul pain. Like it can be physical, it can be mental, emotional, spiritual, soul pain. You just feel pain out of nowhere. Maybe you're experiencing depressive mode, extreme depression. Maybe you are having your negative behavior patterns, a state of reduced vibrational frequency in which all functions are depressed physically. That means every part of you is depressed on a physical level. Slowness of your movements, psychologically, a lack of drive or motivation, mentally reduced perception, so you're not seeing clearly or understanding things clearly. In this negative state, it seems as if a strong unknown outside frequency is overtaking you personally at times, almost severing your connection to the outside world. So that means that it literally feels like a force on the outside of you is causing you to disconnect, and it comes out of nowhere. And you also could be feeling some overwhelming grief. And then also, a lot of people experience that need mustard medicine during the winter time when there's no sun out. So we tend to get more depressed during that time because we need the vitamin D and it's not there. So this mustard would be really good for that type of depression, seasonal depression. Also, it's really good for grief when it comes to women who have hit menopause age or are going through menopause. I had a total hysterectomy when I was at like 39 years old, so I went through a tremendous amount of grief during that time because I went straight into menopause. So this was a really good remedy for that time. It really just helps balance that depression out. It helps your grief process of letting go of the idea that you're not going to have kids anymore or you can't have kids. It's going to, help with that type of grief. So if you've gotten mustard, if you chose mustard, this is what it's saying for you. There are periods of deep gloom which suddenly appear and disappear for no apparent reason. That's like how you feel. Probably feel like you're going nuts a little bit. So that's what mustard medicine in the negative, what this mustard vibration in the negative can be. So we want to transcend and push into the positive and go into the positive. Now, let's discuss some states that you could be in, though, if it's blocked or if it's in the negative state of mustard. You don't feel like doing anything anymore. You cry easily and need to shed tears frequently. You're unable to enjoy anything. Time seems to pass more slowly. You don't sense outer impressions. You feel blocked and cut off from them. I was feeling this way a few days ago, actually. And the good thing about our bodies is that each day is different. Good, and I guess, if you want to look at into that as a negative thing, you can. I know I have in the past, but I kind of enjoy the fact that tomorrow's a new day, and so it can be better. It's just going to keep getting better. But I was totally feeling all these things a few days ago, and now not so much. Thank you, mustard. So you take the remedy as long as you need it until it shifts. And once it shifts, you can get to a different remedy, or you don't need the remedy. It's going to depend on you and your body and how you feel. And so after we get through the list of the block states, we're also going to give you some positive potential after using the mustard Bach remedy, or saying the empowering statements on a regular basis, to shift into that. So it kind of gives you an idea, well, what am I going to feel if I feel more balanced? Because if you're so used to feeling all the block states or the negative states, it kind of gets confusing to know, well, what's it feel if it's positive? So I'm going to share that with you. You don't want to move your body. You suddenly feel weighed down. You suffer deep depression. Something heavy, black, and unknown descends. Your soul is in mourning. Gloominess comes out of the blue. You feel excluded from normal life. You find no logical connection between this condition and other parts of your life. You feel such deep melancholy that you barely notice what's going on. You're completely within yourself and caught up in grief, so you can't see anything on the outside of you. You're unable to hide your mood from others, so other people see it too. And you just, no matter how much you think about it, no matter how logical you get, no matter how much you try to shake it off, it's still there, that feeling. Then you come in a fear, because like the feeling goes away and you feel great. And then all of a sudden it comes back out of nowhere. So you're in fear of that happening. So you got all these things wrapped up together. Well, mustard is going to help you transcend into the positive state. So after taking mustard, what's going to happen is you're going to feel carried by the stream of life. You're just going to feel like things flow. You're going to just feel better about life. You're going to be able to accept the ebb and flow of nature, knowing that joys always return just as the sun comes back from behind the clouds. So it's like you're just going to know that, you know what, even though it's gloomy today, tomorrow's going to be a brighter day, and that's okay. So you're going to have that lightness feeling inside of you. You're going to pass through even cloudy days in serenity with clear inner confidence. So like no matter what, that's the state I'm in right now. I'm still going through some physical stuff. Things are not 100% yet, but mentally, emotionally, I feel pretty good. So thank you, mustard, is helping me get through this. You have rich emotions and sense things deeply in such a positive way. You feel your emotions more richly, which is good. It's a good thing. You don't want to run from your emotions because they're going to find you regardless. Whether you like it or not, your emotions are going to find you. So you might as well embrace them, accept them, surrender to them, feel them, whatever you got to do to acknowledge them. Do it, because they're just going to get louder if you don't. And then you sense things more deeply. So then you have this inner intuition within you that can help you go into the direction that you need for help. And that's where I'm at. I'm like, okay, putting together these pieces of my health journey, and now that my intuition is back in full force, I'm able to start to pick things and put things back in place for a plan of action. And this is what this mustard is going to help with. It's going to help you get into a plan of action that's going to help you be able to either figure out where these moods are coming from, or draw in the resources that you need to help, whatever that may be for you. Or it can just help you feel at peace within yourself, to when another one spikes up, you're able to kind of just flow through it a lot easier. Okay? Now here are your empowering statements. Now remember, if you don't want to take the Bach remedy internally or spray it on you or you just don't want to buy it, you can use these empowerment statements for mustard, and it will help you transcend from the negative states of the Bach or of the mustard into the positive. So I feel light. So let's just do this together. Put your hands right here. I feel light. I am happy. I am the light in the world. Breathe that in. And just say these as often as you need to. I feel light. I am happy. I am the light in the world. And then a personal recommendation is I go to therapy. I talk to support systems. I have mentors. I have life coaches. I'm in so many different programs right now for anxiety, to help with my anxiety, to help with my physical stuff. I go to an acupuncturist. I go to massage therapist. I meditate. I go do yoga. I have outside sources to help me balance me back out, because even though I know that I'm a strong person and I know that you're a strong person, and we tend to just want to like take this on our own. We're going to do this and we're going to be all good and we're going to figure all this out. We can get so wrapped up in our own thoughts and our own fears that we can't see clearly, and we need an outsider's perspective. We need a professional opinion or a professional insight. At the end of the day, it's going to be your decision what you do. And you're pretty smart. I know that. And your intuition is just like this. So in reality, in this moment, as I'm speaking to you, you could be like, oh, I know what this is for. I know what this is all about. And this is just your sign to follow through, to do what you need to do for yourself, to take care of yourself, to pull yourself out of it. And I know you can. I know you have the strength to. I absolutely know you can. And I'm rooting for you. And if I can pull myself out of it, you can pull yourself out of it. And we can do this together. Let's do this together. But my personal advice is to seek some type of resource or help or something out there. Find someone. Whether it's a therapist or a life coach or maybe a pastor or maybe just a friend to listen to, someone that you trust. Get it out with someone so that you can get a better perspective. I mean, 2 of my friends came over the other day and we sat down for like 2 hours and we talked and I talked and I talked, and they were able to help me see it from a different perspective and give me some insight that I desperately needed at that time, and it really did help. So, and then I'm, looking forward to seeing my therapist and working through that stuff. So just get some outside help. It's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have that extra support to work through these things. All these things are great. These holistic things, I love them. I use them all the time. But this can go along with going to counseling, going to therapy, talking to someone. This can help balance you out as you're doing the other things to help yourself. So anyways, I wish you nothing but love, peace, and joy. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and I will talk to you soon.